You know, I almost forgot about these roses. I bought them some time ago from my favorite breeder, and they've been waiting here very patiently through the whole summer. I wasn't able to put them in. But with autumn coming and the air becoming really crispy, it's the last chance for me to bring them into place. So today I'm finally planting them, and I will share with you all the tips that I do at the moment in autumn for my roses to bring them very safely through frost and winter, make them stronger, and answer a question of my friend who asked me, Sonia, what should I do with my potted rose that became yellow leaves with black spots? So I bought these two roses because they are climbing and very well suited for walls and obelisk, and I like them a lot. The rose is called Perfume Silhouetta, and it was already blooming this year in this pot where it was planted when I bought them. What I have to do at first is to prepare the space for them. First, I tidy all the area here because clean start makes the difference. And then, so I don't want them to be very near to each other, but on the other side, they should fill in all this area. So let me dig the holes. Just check if the hole is big enough. I always put some good earth into the hole before I plant the rose. That will help the rose to start. Okay, I have some good soil here. As usual, I put it in there to support the rose. And just check whether the grafting point, and this one, is like 2-3 centimeters below the earth. It's good. So let me do this. We clean up the area of the rose before I plant it. I don't want this dry stuff in there as well. Wonderful. Okay, so when you plant a rose next to the wall, it's good not to put it directly at the wall because the roots need somehow to have the earth and have the possibility to get the nutrition. So you see that I've planted it a little bit like 10-15 centimeter next to the wall, so it has enough place to get to the wall but also to get all the nutrition. And here we have the irrigation system, so a little bit of water in the very sunny summer. So, and the rest is easy. I put a little bit of good earth around it and mix it with the rest that came from here. So actually the best time to plant roses is in autumn, and especially for the bare root roses. Yes, now it's much better. I do not cut the roses at the moment, and this is something that is very highly recommended for this time. If you cut the roses, only very small spaces could be cut, otherwise the rose could be very confused by what you are doing, and it could awaken again. So when there is a mild autumn or winter, the rose would bring new shoots, and they would actually be damaged by a frost when the frost then comes. So don't cut your roses at the moment. So, and finally done. So these two roses are in the soil. I will later come back and put some wire to them so that they can already climb up there and are not damaged by wind. And when I do that, I will take care of the rest of the roses as well. So what I do to protect the roses before frost now in autumn. So first of all, you do not cut your roses now in autumn, as I've said. But what you can very well do some cleanup. So if you have a look here, these are just really very ugly mummies of the rose. So I would cut it back, but really only this part of the rose. And there was a question of my friend who asked me about potted roses and what happened to his rose, that it has some yellow leaves with black spots, and honestly it's normal. At the moment roses are just coming down, going to sleep for winter, so they will lose, most of them will lose all the leaves, and if they become these spots, it's just fungal disease and rust, and well, it is as it is. The best way you can do, just to clean up all the fallen leaves, that they are not there next season. They will not spoil your healthy rose in the spring, and that's all. Not that much to do. Please don't put any fertilizer to your rose for the moment, because it would only support them to grow, and it's not necessary in winter. Second thing that we should do at the moment to prepare the roses is to put some protection against frost. Let me show you. For this, I will bring my gloves again. It's extremely important to protect the rose from the frost, especially the heart, the grafting point. So what you can do now in autumn and should do, no, you don't need too much expensive stuff. Just only put some gloves in, clean around the rose, and put some soil on it. So let me show you. I clean all the dead leaves here from the rose. I do not cut anything here for the moment, and I just put the earth on it. I usually use fresh air from the supermarket. Just let me do it like here, and just put some protection, few centimeters above the rose, and we are done. You can use for sure your own earth from your garden. So the most important thing is to cover the grafting point for the winter for your roses. I have plenty to do with my 200 roses in the garden, so there will be a lot of earth I have to just put on it. I also have to do, and it's still waiting for me, to cover the standard roses in fleece. But it will come later on. You should start with that only when the temperature goes below 5 degrees of Celsius. So it is too early now. We have around 10 degrees at the moment, and it would be too warm for the roses if they are covered. But still, don't forget to do that before the frost comes, because it will help to protect the grafting point on your standard roses that is above the earth, and it's not where you can cover it with earth. So plenty to do. I would like to hear from you if you already started to clean your roses, if you already prepare for the winter, and I would also love to hear what roses you've planted this year. Let me know. I see you next time.